It is I, Wada Boy, and today I want to rewind the clock back to a time where the internet was this amazing, free-form no man's land with unknown adventures upon every click and a wealth of untapped potential. A time where flash games, MMORPGs, malware, and online chat rooms ruled the landscape, and you had to manually clear your browsing history after each dial-up internet adventure. Where a message saying you won $1 million would pop up and you would legitimately believe it. Where someone would tell you to Google blue waffles or 2 girls 1 cup and you would innocently oblige because you didn't know any better. Where regardless which website you were on, you were always one click away and you could end up getting rickrolled or on meatspin.com. These were the days where the internet was a fascinating place and many youngins like me were forced to become desensitized to many things we'd see online and rapidly mature to the age of 18 to enter many websites, allegedly. I miss these days where everyone isn't a white knight or SJW and offended by every single thing, even things that don't concern them. Where people don't feel the need to try and be the first to the joke or punchline of every single thing. Back in my day, if we had an issue, we'd hash that out with words, even if they were very, very aggressive and about each other's mothers, but at the end of the day, both would come to a level of understanding or respect. People on the internet nowadays wouldn't survive in these MW2 lobby-esque chat rooms. So I want to take you all on a journey back to my childhood as a cyber pioneer, back to, in my opinion, the golden days of the internet. So like I've said in previous videos, I didn't grow up in the wealthiest of families, but we were well off enough to have one of those old school off-white thick boy computers for the whole family. I don't know why or how my parents got one of these computers because they had no idea how to use it, let alone turn it on. But hey, I'm not complaining because that meant I had to share the computer with just my older brother. So when my older brother would be done using the computer and I eventually got my stubby little fingers on that computer, I would always without fail go straight to the wonderful realm that was Flash games. And some of my favorite Flash game websites back in the day were MoFunZone, Candy Stand, Newgrounds, Miniclip, Cartoon Network, and Addicting Games. Because every time I had a chance to go on the computer, one of these sites would be on my computer screen. And I'm sure I got tons of malware from at least half of these sites, but hey, I had nothing to lose. Maybe just a few JPEGs that shouldn't have been on my computer to begin with, to be honest. So if you've been on any of these sites, it was almost like a rite of passage to have experienced at least all of these Flash games. Games like the Impossible Quiz, that Miniclip yellow card game that was fucking impossible to beat, Stick RPG, Bubble Trouble, Archer, Motherload, Bullet Time, any Candy Stand sports game, but more so the Mini Putt one because that one was godsend. We got Curveball, World's Hardest Game, that fucking monkey slapping game to see how far that shit went, any trap room puzzle game, and Johnny Rocket Fingers. And honestly, I could go on, but you all get the point. The sad thing is that a lot of these classic Flash games have been ported to mobile apps now, and to be honest, into worse versions of themselves. The thing is, you could go back and play these old Flash games, like you could easily Google search it and it'll show up, but honestly, it just won't be the same. With the oversaturation of content now available out there, the magic of these Flash games are long gone now. And the same applies for many MMORPGs that I played back in the early 2000s. Games like MapleStory, Gunbound, Ragnarok, FlyFF, FLYFF, whatever the fuck you call that. We got Grand Chase, Conquer, RuneScape, Neopets, and even Club Penguin at times, even though I'd always get banned for my extensive vocabulary. But to be honest, out of all these MMORPGs, I fucked with MapleStory the most. I can proudly say I've probably spent years of my life playing MapleStory. I mean, I was shit in the game, like my highest level character was like level 26, but that art style, gameplay, and community just vibed with me more than any other of the MMORPGs that I listed above. I would go deep into detail, but that's for another video. The sad thing is that the beauty of these old MMORPGs were the community and the player base. And I can confidently say if you didn't get to experience these games in their prime, then you will never ever get a chance to do it, cause all these games are dead now. I mean, you can play MapleStory and these other games now, which I have, but the servers aren't even a fraction of what they were in the 2000s. And I also want to bring attention to the quirkier side of the internet in the 2000s. Things like those fucking scary ass pop-up videos, like Maze Game, or that one video with the car slowly driving down the hill and then some shit pops up. Or messengers like MSN and eBuddy, or if you're feeling a little aggressive and you just want to verbally abuse someone, just go add SmarterChild and just be a smartass on that shit. Or using LimeWire and downloading all kinds of shit, allegedly, and hoping just your computer wouldn't fucking explode from all the fucking viruses that you downloaded. Or getting tricked into watching videos like 2 girls 1 cup, 1 man 1 jar, and 2 kids 1 sandbox, just to name a few, which I highly would recommend against. Or going on chat roulette and unfortunately seeing some man pleasuring himself, changing your cursor to all different kinds of shit like swords or basketball or whatever the fuck you want. In MySpace, when MySpace was the only type of social media around. So basically, after this tangent, I'm just trying to say how I really miss how fun the internet used to be. The adventures I would have and the feeling of wonderment that would come with each new discovery. Nowadays, the internet just feels so damn corporate. Everything is and can be monetized. You Google some shit, or you talk too loud next to your Google Home or Alexa, and you're gonna instantly see ads for that shit. Anything somewhat controversial will instantly be swarmed by white knights and SJWs, or will be censored and just deleted flat out. Like, there's just too much saturation of content now that everything on the internet just feels either the same or unoriginal. And all kids care about these days are their social media followers and their fucking amount of clout. Like, fuck, I fucking hate that word clout. To the point where kids will get bullied or will be depressed if their numbers aren't up to par as their friends, which is still fucking blows my mind. But the most disappointing thing is that people my age that grew up in this age of the internet and other fellow cyber pioneers like myself have also adapted this weird new age clout SJW mentality. I don't understand any of this new age internet shit, but hey man, I guess this is just the time we live in now, unfortunately. So I appreciate you if you made it to the end of this video. You could like, dislike, subscribe, or unsubscribe. You earn the right to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And just know I love you all unless you care about clout. And